This is the thermal compost I'm talking about. Right now we're in the middle of wintertime and it is freezing temperatures right now. And as you can see inside this compost pile, it is 110 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm gonna move it around here, see if you can see the steam coming out of this thing. Oh yeah. You've got to see that steam now. So here we are in the middle of the winter time, and I have hot compost right here. It's at 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Here's the proof of it. It's actually saying 108. But you can see the snow. You can see it's wintertime. And I have another pile right here that I have a tarp over it. And they'll be ready in the springtime. And this is the one I'm pulling from right now. It was a smaller pile. That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to sift some compost right now and make some nice fresh soil for my seedlings and to feed the worms. Just give you a quick peek of it. I won't take all the heavy logs off and just put them back on. Some of it's not all broken down, but once I sift it with a 1/4-inch cloth, you get all the good stuff, and then you throw the rest right back into it and let it do its thing. All these buckets here are all the finished compost that I just pulled from that pile. That pile is 6 to 8 months old. And really, I say 6 to 8 months because the first time I added to it was probably 8 months ago. And the last time I added to it was probably 6 months ago. And that's when I put the tarp over it. And I just been letting it sit. And that's where I started pulling from about a month ago now. But all these are all from that pile. I'm going to sift it with a 1/4-inch cloth here. We also have the 1/8-inch cloth, so some of it will also fall down this. It'll be nice and fine, perfect to use. Then all the stuff that goes at the tote here in the end, I'll throw that back into the compost pile. As you can see, I already have some sitting in there right now. This is all coarse, just a lot more stuff that needs to break down still. So go ahead and start this, run a little bit of this, and show you what I got. Okay, so I just did about 3/4 of that bucket, and this is what I got there. This is all just the stuff that's going back in the compost pile. And now this here is going to go to my plants and to feed my worms and make vermicompost. There's a lot of it gets stuck up on the weed barrier cloth. Let me take this off here and show you. See, I got a weed barrier cloth on the bottom of that, so a lot of it gets stuck up on that. But it works. And there also is the 1/8 inch. Here, same thing. It's stuck on the cloth. But this here is just super fine right here. You get out here in the light, you can see it better. You can see just super fine. This is just beautiful, beautiful soil for your plants. And it's going to be beautiful bedding and food for my worms. I mean, it's already loaded with biology right there, and it's going to feed your plants. It's the best stuff. It's what nature intended us to use for our plants. But that is what I'm going to be doing here now. I'm just going to go live, and I'm going to sift all these buckets. I have a lot of live videos, so if you want to see me in action, hop onto that, and I'll probably be live maybe, and you might just have the chance to ask me any questions you may have with this. But it's a great system. I have a video of me building the sifter here, and I got plenty of videos of my whole worm casting setup, and there's plenty of videos on there and how I built this whole shed here. I have a video on that. One last thing before I go, I want to show you that once I get done sifting it, and I have this thing will be loaded with soil, compost. I'll then put it into a 5-gallon bucket. Once this 5-gallon bucket is full, I will take it into the house and I'll let it sit there so it's in a nice warm temperature. So it'll be about 70 degrees in my house. And if I run out of room in there, I will put it into my crawl space, which is at 50 to 60 degrees, which is still good. But keeping it in that nice hot temperature, which I have it in the loft of my house with my worms, it just helps keep that biology alive. You don't want to keep it out here in the freezing temperatures because it will just kill it. So I'm going to take this in the house. I'll show you my worm setup, and we'll end the video there. I got to go live and start sifting all this compost. So once I have a full bucket, I'll bring it in here and I'll let it sit in the hallway, and then later on I'll take my shoes off and bring it upstairs and whatnot. And I'll lay out these towels here, so don't want to make Brittany mad. And I'm going here and I will take my shoes off and show you the worm farm real quick. So usually I bring this. The reason why I keep them in the buckets is because I have this spiral staircase here, so carrying a big tote up there is pretty hard, but the 5-gallon bucket's pretty easy. So I'll just climb on up here, and then here we are. And I got buckets and buckets of worms here. We got 1,000 in each one of those totes, and then 200 in these buckets, and then 100 of African night crawlers in all of these. And we got some mealworms here for the chickens to eat on. I got some more worms here in the center. And this here is all of the compost. This is what I'm working on right now. And this is getting a little low, as you can see, so that's why I'm sifting some more. And then I'll bring it up here and let it sit, and whenever I need it, I feed it to the worms. So that's the setup. Any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And just leave in the comments. And also, yeah, just check and see if I'm live. You can go in there and talk to me directly on there. Thanks for watching.